The head of the Independent Electoral Commission in the Western Cape, Courtney Sampson, maintains De Lille is still Cape Town mayor. Sampson says the city has been interdicted from declaring a vacancy. He joins me now on the line. Courtney, good evening and thank you for joining us. Explain to us exactly your position as the IEC. Is Patricia de Lille still mayor of Cape Town, or is she no longer mayor of Cape Town?
That is outside of the parameters of the IEC to make such a determination. And I just want to clear up this point that I ever said that she's still the mayor. The point that I'm trying to make is we have now received from the City of Cape Town's manager documentation indicating that there is a vacancy in the City of Cape Town. However, we have also been informed by the legal team of Ms. De Lille that they are approaching the High Court, and part of that approach to the High Court is to interdict the IEC from filling the vacancy should it be declared by the city manager. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. The IEC's responsibility is to fill the vacancy of the councillor. And I think that's where it stops for us. And we will then follow the normal proceedings. And obviously, we have the responsibility of abiding by whatever the court decides.
All right, and that's a very important step, isn't it, Courtney? You receiving that notification from the city manager of the city of Cape Town that there is a vacancy.
Yes, I can confirm that, yes.
So automatically, barring anything else that you just explained, that you also received papers from Ms. Patricia de Lille's lawyers, but
yes.
Outside of that, the receipt of that notification from the city manager creates a vacancy for a councillor.
That's correct, yes.
So as it stands now, there is a vacancy for a councillor, but how are you approaching this issue around the intention to interdict by, Patricia de Lille? In terms of what laws are they challenging this? Is it Section 27 of the Municipal Structures Act?
To us is where the IEC's position has always been in cases like this, as we have done before, is to respect the outcome of the court decision. So we will abide by whatever the court decides and wait for that moment so that we can do what we are required to do.
So not that we have any insights as to what the DA intends to do right now, but what happens if the DA comes to you tomorrow before Friday and says, we would like to initiate the process to fill that vacancy?
Now, what has happened already is we don't interact with the political party about how these vacancies are filled. The legal requirement is that the city manager, in this case, has now informed the IEC that there's a vacancy. The IEC then puts its processes in place to fill the vacancy. However, if there is a court case, such as we have at the moment, then the IEC will abide. It's our responsibility to abide by any decision made by a court of law. And that's where the IEC is at the moment.
All right, just a final one then, Courtney. Could you just clarify for us then? Because many people will be asking themselves the question of who holds the power in this situation? Is it the political party? Just explain to us that tension that exists between the provisions of Section 27 of the Structures Act, because, in the past, it has happened that, a person is expelled by a party or is removed by a party, and then they maintain that, actually, I've been elected as a councillor, and all processes around my, occupation of that position are now governed by the relevant laws of local government.
Well, that's correct. I think that if a councillor is no longer a councillor, then the council can continue with its work as it is. But I think that when it comes to the mayor, the decisions about who the mayor is or who an acting mayor is lie outside the scope of the IEC. The mayor is usually elected by the council itself, and they will make the necessary arrangements to put in place. whoever's going to be an acting mayor.